What's good, everybody? This is Chris. Today I wanted to talk about how the cannabis industry gets you primed to deal with cash. Being around large amounts of money gets your tolerance up, to say the least. It's kind of like when you're younger and you first start dating girls. Like, you're very nervous, you don't know what to do, you don't have any sort of track record. Same thing if you go put yourself in some deals where you're around 5 figures, 6 figures or more, sometimes 7 figures of money. Keep leveling up and just be around that money, being in that deal, interacting with it, helping to count it, organize it. Just touching it, being in the presence of that money is going to also help you manifest that money. And maybe not manifest it to be in a deal like that, but actually manifest it to where that money isn't actually deal capital and that's actually your money at some point in the future. So just helping you put your mind into that. Like I said, it raises your tolerance, which is kind of a good thing, because then it makes you not put so much importance on, the single dollars, the $10 here, $20 here. Not that that doesn't matter, but at the same time, you can put all this effort into tracking someone down who may owe you $10, or put in a little bit more effort to figure out how to make hundreds and thousands of dollars, So the point is, just being around larger amounts of money will help you get to those higher plateaus, help you keep raising the bar. It also teaches you just money skills, how to count it, how to organize it. There's certain things like organizing all your denominations into stacks of hundreds. People don't always do this, especially coming from the traditional markets. People will have all unorganized money. They'll have like different unorganized stacks. Like, okay, you put these two together, this makes $3,000 here. Then take these fives over here, and that makes 3,500. Then I got this 1,500 here, so this whole thing is 5,000. So it's like all this convoluted shit, when really it should just be like, okay, all my fives are here, all my tens are here, all my hundreds, all my 50s, and they're all in increments of 100, rubber banded. Even if you can put these slips around it, so every 100 stack of whatever denomination has the slips. So like things like this, you just become nimble with it. You know how to get through the process. It's not new to you, So that's one of the things I wanted to get across, is just dealing with the money is practice in and of itself. It also teaches you how to be protective and how to just be smart when you're in those situations dealing with the money. You don't want to be loose and having a good time with everybody in there and not being focused on the task at hand, and not taking necessary precautions, maybe having someone making sure you have a security guard on site, or having your doors locked, making sure that you're in rooms where there's cameras viewing your perimeters. So there's all these little things like you can take precautions on, because you never know when something will happen. Always plan for the worst and hope for the best. So in cannabis, there's still a lot of gray areas as far as police protection, laws, stuff like that. So especially in these new emerging states, everyone's trying to figure it out. So please be careful, be vigilant, be safe about it. Don't do anything stupid either. You know what I mean? So follow your laws. Don't jeopardize your license by having guns on there that aren't registered, or some states don't even allow you to have guns on the premise as a cannabis license. So really take this into account, talk it over with your lawyers. Don't jeopardize your business, but also you got to protect what's yours, So, keep the money in limited view. You don't want all your employees seeing money, this, that, and the other, because what happens is they'll see big stacks of money on the table and they don't understand where all that money is going to. They don't understand that there's, 5-figure a month rent. They don't understand that there's, 5-figure a month employee payroll, that there's insurance, that there is maybe, $100,000 loss last quarter that we're paying off. Like all these different things, electricity, if you're at a grow, tens of thousands of dollars. So all these little things that, an employee sees $250,000 on the table at a cultivation site, and they might think that we're rich, but really, we might have $300,000 in bills, and that money is literally evaporated. But just the physical of them seeing that, they don't know that. And to them, they're thinking like, man, I'm making $20 an hour, but they're over here counting millions. When really it's not the case. That money isn't money to put into the bank. That money's money that's being spent to like cover bills and open invoices, expenses, payroll, lawyer bills, like all this stuff, taxes. A lot of that money you see goes to taxes. So that's why, no matter how much you explain this to employees, especially new employees, lower tier employees. I don't want to call it a revolving door, but you're going to have to hire and fire these people. So the less they see and the less they assume, the less they think, the better. That's the other thing you got to be vigilant of, is people trying to set you up for a robbery. If they know the inner workings, if they know when you count cash, where you count cash, how you count cash, who's there, how many people, what the guards are, where the cameras are, all these things that you want to keep proprietary knowledge to as limited circle as possible. So these are all things you maybe don't think about. Like I used to be in the music industry, and I'd hear recording artists tell me all the time they want to get signed to a record deal, and all they need is $1 million, and all they need is $100,000 even. But the thing is, they don't know what they would do with that. That's what I'm saying, is understand what you're going to do and understand how you're going to handle the money and how you're going to deal with it before you get money. Learning from someone else's thing. So if you're in the fortunate position to, say, be a broker and be working with high level buyers and sellers, and you're able to be in the room and count hundreds of thousands of dollars, take advantage of that and don't disrespect that opportunity, and learn what you can out of that, and don't just take it for granted. Like I already mentioned, putting this money in front of you helps you personally manifest by seeing it, touching it, seeing what $100,000 looks like, what $1 million looks like, what $500,000 looks like, being able to literally touch it, feel it, visualize it. Not that these should be things that you're attaining for as your life goals, but these are all things that should be used as tools. And especially in business, money and capital is a tool, and it shouldn't be something that you're desiring out of greed or out of wanting to buy and spend and be a materialistic consumer. It's something that you want to attain in order to use as a tool to help not only empower your own life, but others around you, your employees, your workers, your suppliers, your buyers, your sellers, everybody involved. There's a trickle-down effect from the energy that the money has. And this is important because if you just look at it disrespectfully and just take the money to spend frivolously or to spend on things that aren't being productive, then it kind of does you a disservice sometimes. So anyway, back to the point is one other thing I want to mention in this video. We've been doing things a certain way for a long time, and cannabis is helping to keep that alive and evolve that. And that's, again, it's up for opinion. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing to some people, but it is what it is. So anyway, that's about it. I just wanted to say, these are a few pieces of bonuses of being around these large cannabis deals, and it'll help you kind of evolve your own business sense and your skills, and help to attract and manifest these successes in your own careers, and help step you up the ladder, help raise your bar and everyone else in there. So again, it always goes back to your reputation, your character, your personality. These are all things that play into you being able to be put into positions like that. So keep that in mind. Treat people how you want to be treated. Don't screw people over. And those are good ways to kind of really maneuver most situations. Anyway, that's about the end of the video. So until next time, talk to you later.